And then they all get a liposuction. We get the fat from their abdomen.
Even better.
And
Even better.
you can have a little extra taken if you wish. And that fat goes to our lab, and our lab will separate the stem cells from that fat, grow those stem cells, multiply them. It's called expanding them, and then select them for a little marker, a little protein called WNT, WNT, which in very simple terms is basically an on-off switch for stem cells. So we're harvesting the cells, growing them in culture, selecting them for their expression of WNT, and that is the test product. That is what we are testing in patients' brains. And then finally, how do we get it in the brain?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. How do you
Right,
get this in the brain?
right.
Like
So
safely.
a lot of patients out there, listening to your podcast are familiar with something called a portacath. Portacath is used by, the oncologists to inject chemotherapy over and over and over again
Okay.
without blowing veins, right? So this is a portacath. It's inserted and it stays there. We have the same thing for the brain.
Oh,
It's
so
called
it's like a catheter for the brain.
it's called an Ommaya reservoir. We make a little hole in the skull, and the tube goes into the central cavity of the brain. I don't know whether you guys know it, but our brains are all hollow.
Yeah.
They have little ventricles in there that are kind of like a melon. If you cut the melon in half, it's hollow in the middle.
Yeah.
Our brains are hollow too.
Oh,
And
okay.
we inject, so through this little port, we can inject over and over, multiple times, their stem cells after they've been prepared in our lab.
Okay.
Cells every 2 to 3 months.